Welcome back. Well, what a surprise. A New York Times columnist confesses that the Democrats' inflation law was misnamed. Gail Collins says, quote, "I'll admit that the Inflation Reduction Act was perhaps not the perfect name for this bill. But what a moment for the presidency," she writes. She goes on to describe the bill as the country's first big step toward combating global warming. Joining me now is North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer. He's a member of the Budget, Banking, and Armed Services Committees, and we're happy to have him back. Senator, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Maria. Good to be with you.
Only in Washington can you get away with a massive hundreds of billions of dollars in spending and call it an Inflation Reduction Act when we know all the spending has sent inflation higher over the last year. How do they get away with that?
Well, you get away with it because you have a complicit media willing to help you with your marketing and your branding, and that's exactly what happened. It was interesting. Even now, the mainstream media still refers to it as the Inflation Reduction Act. I always called it the Inflation Enhancement Act. There's nothing about the economic formula that backs this bill up that would reduce inflation and very well could increase inflation. So you just get by with it because the media allows it. You don't, obviously.
Well, Senator, look, even former Obama economic advisor Larry Summers has been trashing this president's policies and all of the spending from the Democrats. Larry Summers is now warning against student loan forgiveness. Summers tweeted this, quote, "I hope the administration does not contribute to inflation macroeconomically by offering unreasonably generous student loan relief or microeconomically by encouraging college tuition increases." The White House has promised an answer on loan forgiveness by the end of the month, Senator, but all of these policies seems to have stoked inflation. And I don't even know about the fairness of this. What about those people who worked incredibly hard, took on debt, and paid it off and went to college? Now we're forgiving some people's loan forgiveness just because they're lucky to be doing it now.
No question about it. The loan forgiveness suggestion is really, in my mind, would create so many perverse incentives, starting with, to Larry Summers' point, the increasing of tuition costs. This is what an oversupply of money in a low demand market creates. It creates inflation. So right away, if you gave every kid in America $1,000 to go toward their next semester of college, the price of college goes up $1,000. What they ought to do, if they want to spend $10,000 per person on forgiving student loan, they ought to just buy several thousand copies of Dick Armey's memoirs or pay for a supply-side economics course, and the whole country would be much, much better off than simply flooding this economy with more money and then creating these perverse incentives. Because already, Maria, if you look at the statistics of freshmen who don't finish college, but they take out student debt in order to experiment with college, if you start forgiving that first $10,000 for people, that just enhances these reckless decisions. We ought to have people making more thoughtful decisions, applying good economic principles as well as their personal circumstances. And then you have both fairness and you have a much more economically literate electorate.
Senator, look, we are now 77 days until the midterm elections. You would think some of these issues are affecting people and their votes, given the fact that inflation is still at 40-year highs, we're teetering on recession, foreign policy is a mess. What are your thoughts in terms of the Senate races, and should the Republicans have a bigger gap in terms of winning?
Well, we'd always like to have a bigger gap in terms of winning. You always want to have both the lead and the momentum. But we don't, politics isn't in a vacuum. There are the big issues of the day. Republicans certainly as a brand and as a party are in better shape in terms of the people's confidence. Senate races in particular tend to be one candidate at a time. They are not necessarily in a vacuum, but they're less subject to national waves. But Maria, I believe that there will be a wave. I believe that wave will usher in a major majority in the House, and I believe that it's going to carry our Senate races as well. But people, as we get past Labor Day, when people really focus on these things, if the economy is not better, if inflation isn't better, and I don't see how it can be much better, I just don't see that that this is going to be a good year for Democrats. I'm very confident in taking control.
Yeah. Well, it's a good point. Maybe the focus becomes clearer and we get more clarity after Labor Day. We'll certainly be talking about that then and have you back. Senator, it's great to see you. Thank you, sir.
Great to see you. Thank you.